Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/shark. Hello, welcome to the Movies, Films, and Flakes podcast. Wow, that was kind of weird. I heard like an echo of my voice. It was awesome. It's like I heard myself in stereo.
Like it was so. This is like frequency right now.
Yeah. Wait,
but
who was in that one again?
Dennis Quaid. No, yeah, Dennis Quaid and Jim Caviezel.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just Caviezeled yourself.
that sounds uncomfortable.
It depends on which
That's
Caviezel we're
something
talking
that happens
about.
when you visit the proctologist.
It depends on which Caviezel we're talking about here.
There's no such thing as a good Caviezeling.
Yeah, how could you swing that? Like, hey, I'm gonna Caviezel you.
I just got
thanks.
Caviezel, dude.
What's a last name that could be good? I'm gonna murray you.
No.
I'm gonna marry you. That sounds like a redneck marriage proposal.
How
You just
about
got Pacino'd.
you just got Pesci'd? Hey.
You got Pesh. I got stabbed. You got Pesci'd, you got stabbed.
With a pen in the throat.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
80 times.
Man, what's that?
You were
got
about to get Afflecked.
You got streeped.
Yeah.
Wait, streeped?
Oh,
Does that
there
mean,
we go. It's streeped.
Kisses you?
You got Diesel.
That doesn't sound good.
Hey.
There's what's a good one?
I don't know. Winsletted, does that just mean that it's like a cool breeze with your arms wide open?
What if you got rustled?
Oh, well, I think that's also like an actual.
Yeah.
Actually, no. But getting rustled, that could be like just getting riled up after you have like your first couple beers after work.
And then someone like kind of messes with your hair.
Yeah.
Oh, and you don't mess with Russell's hair.
You got Rogan. You got
That
Frank.
sounds like getting punked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Walkered.
You just got Kutchered.
Kutchered.
That doesn't. Yeah, that sounds
What about-
annoying, actually.
I got a good one. You got carried.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, these all seem pretty bad.
You got Bogarted.
Oh boy. You know what would be a bad one is feraled.
Feral.
Like a feral animal attacks you.
Oh. Anyway, welcome to Movies, Films, and Blake podcast. I'm your host, John Loswolf. Joining me, as always, are my co-hosts, Mark Hoffmeyer.
After a long night of fist fighting,
Yes.
I like to sit down and drink a bourbon.
Awesome. Well, I mean, it's not just a long night of fist fighting. You just like bourbon on any occasion, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to drink bourbon and then fist fight.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I would just want to get back to my bourbon. So if I'm in a bar, right, and I get into a bar fight, I'm gonna be like, this sounds really weird, but I'm gonna be like Luke Wilson from The Ridiculous Six, and I'm just not gonna spill my drink at all.
Can I just say that even though it's occasionally refreshing, I do not want a gin after a fist fight.
A Hendrix with a cucumber gin?
Oof.
I mean, if that's your thing, like, you can't be like, you always do gin. Tonight I want some tequila. Like, it won't hit the spot. You know what I'm saying?
I think at that point, though, you just have your gin in a chilled glass neat instead of like with all that ice when you're probably just, so warped you want to take a big sip.
I want accoutrements in my gin.
Yeah. If it's not heavily accoutrement, then I don't want it.
I want a bucket with a cucumber in it, Hendrix gin, and some ice.
Like a whole cucumber.
Yeah,
with
but
little
sliced.
knots
But
hanging
like
out.
sliced.
Yeah.
Like vegettied. I want a vegettied cucumber in a bucket of Hendrix gin and ice.
It sounds like Winston Churchill's like a rabid fevered dream.
Like, is that, or does that really, that whole drinking after the fight, like, does that really come just from like old westerns? Like after like John Wayne beats the crap out of the guy, he like saunters up, to the bar and gets a whiskey. Is that kind of what that's from?
Are you talking about like the history of cinema or just in general?
Yeah, like movie wise, like
Okay.
in John Wick 2, what made the writers think to have them have the drink to cool down after a fight? Like, is it because I think that stuck in their head because it's been
Product placement.
Like
Product placement. I watched John Wick.
Well, actually, guys, let's save the John Wick discussion for later. Spoiler alert: we may be talking about John Wick 2 later in the podcast.
I'd like to spoil Rings and just tell everyone not to watch it, no matter how much you love the first two movies. We're going to spoil that.
Sure. And John Lemongood. You just spoiled Rings for everybody. So say hi to everyone.
Well, I hope I ruined Rings I hope that no one goes and sees Rings.
I was going to Redbox it.
I want that movie to fail.
Oh, gee.
I was going to wait for it to come to Redbox, and then when it came to Redbox, I'd be like, I still don't want to watch it.
Don't you even give them that $1.
I have so much disdain for Rings, and I haven't watched it. I'm going to rent it and then watch it while I'm upstairs vacuuming. And it's going to be on downstairs.
How did you feel about the first two Ring movies?
The first one was glum. The first one I really enjoyed. The second one, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
See, I mean, I really, really enjoyed both of the first two for very different reasons. So I was really excited about Rings, and it was just a soul-crushing defeat. So naturally, I laid all the blame on the friend of mine who went to see the movie with me. I just blamed it and said it was her fault.
Aw.
Like she picked the movie and she doesn't get to pick movies anymore, even though I'm pretty sure I picked the movie in reality.
You know what you got to do is like you come up with it, but make it seem like it's their idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when it's bad, you can blame them. When it's good, you're like, oh, remember I told you that. Win-win.
In other news, ever since the great brisket debate, Lazavath has been posting like brisket videos all over my Facebook.
I'm just trying to needle you. I'm good.
He's been doing one a week, right? And then he ghosts me.
Well, didn't you say that brisket wasn't smoked?
No, I said it can still be good when it's not smoked.
No.
I remember you saying it can't be smoked.
No, I said that I didn't smoke it and it was still great. And then like Lazavath was telling me like, no, the good brisket is smoked. It was something like that. Because I liked it because I don't have a smoker. So I just, I do my best. I was very defensive at the time.
Yeah, you were. That was very like you were like, oh my god, yeah, that was. Did you just like lay on it for a while because you had no way to heat it up? Is that like what you did?
Like I let my mass heat it up.
Yeah. Did you like put a pot on the stove and like put some hot water and steam it?
At some point, I think we need to do like the best brisket scenes of film.
Jeez Louise, that'll be it. We'd probably stretch that to an hour and a half too.
Well, all right, guys. I think before we delve further into another great brisket debate, I think why don't we start the podcast like we usually do with listener questions. Mark, I think you have a question for us this week, right?
Yep. This one comes from Chris, and it is, what is the best cinematic moment involving a pencil hurting someone? So I made a comment about John Wick 2 and pencils. We'll get into that in a little bit. But what like movies feature good pencil, someone getting hurt by a pencil?
Yeah, I really mostly came up with pen stuff like The Bourne Identity and Casino. I only came up with one pencil scene, and that was that scene with the Joker in The Dark Knight. Mm-hmm. When he slams the guy's head on it, I'm going to make this pencil disappear. And he just slams the guy's face on it and kills him.
That was really good.
That's the only one that really comes to mind. Like, I thought of other cool pencil scenes, but not pencils hurting people scenes.
I went and did a bunch of research, and Gremlins 2, The New Batch, The Faculty, Evil Dead, Dark Knight, Rock and Rolla, From Dusk Till Dawn, Sleepwalkers, Fright Night, and Stoker all feature some fantastic pencil work. The average Rotten Tomatoes critic score is 69.8. The average budget is $47 million. The average inflated domestic box office is $98 million. And the IMDb user score is 7.14.
Wait, so what was in Evil Dead with a pencil?
The hand stabs the foot in Evil Dead. In the first Evil Dead, a dude gets stabbed in the foot with a pencil.
The pencil.
Yep. And then Gremlins 2 New Batch, Gizmo. uses that pencil as like a bow and arrow.
Right.
Faculty, a dude gets stabbed in the eye. Rock and Rolla, there's a dude gets stabbed with a pencil in a bar fight.
Was it Jonathan Stewart who got stabbed in the eye?
No, it was Robert Patrick.
Oh, Robert Patrick.
Oh yeah, it might be Jon Stewart. It was one of them. And then from Dusk Till Dawn, a heart gets stabbed. They take that heart out and poke it with a pencil. Fright Night, it goes through a hand, and Stoker, someone gets stabbed with the pencil.
Wait, Laz, what's your favorite of these pencil injurious film scenes?
I went the same route as you, the Joker in the Dark Knight. That's really like the only pencil scene I could think of. For some reason, like the only other pencil scene I could imagine was the. I mean, there was nothing violent about it, but it was the when Jack was drawing Rose on the Titanic.
Oh yeah,
draw me like one of your French girls, Jack. I don't know. That was like the only pencil scene I could think of. There's not a lot of pencil scenes in cinema.
I remember reading that James Cameron was the hand. I don't know if I believe that or not.
That's lame.
That's kind of creepy.
I don't even care if it was.
You got Cameron.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh wait, you got Weld. No, that sounds like you got a cheap drink.
Oh.
All right.
I didn't want to keep at it. So, is that the final answer?
Yeah, I would say the best moment involving a pencil is getting a cheap drink at a bar.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of cheap drinks, I think that's a good segue to the next movie that we're going to talk about. Who wants to introduce it, guys? I'll let one of you guys pick.
Do it, Levin Good.
We often come up with like these interesting pairings of movies. It's almost like the wine and cheese pairing of nonsense film. And so like we usually do things that make sense or just two things we happen to see. Like these two movies have nothing to do with each other, but they're two movies which right after each of the films that we're going to discuss today ended, I immediately, and I kid you not, immediately wanted to just start over and watch them again. Like, I loved these movies that much. And despite their dissimilarity, they both really went out of their way to give fine attention to stylish, characteristic walking, memorable character scenes, persistence to adversity, and really unique wardrobes. And the first of these movies is the Richard Linklater follow-up to Boyhood. I think it's the first thing he did since Boyhood, right, Mark?
Yeah.
Everybody wants some. And Mark, you really championed this movie for a while, and I've said this time and time again in our podcast. I for some reason, I don't just blindly trust you when you tell me that I really need to watch something, and every time I watch them, I come back and thank you and say you were so right. And I can't remember the last time a movie made me feel so good as Everybody Wants Some.
I've watched this movie 7 times already, maybe 8. And it never gets old. I find more things I like about it. It's my favorite movie of 2016. I think this movie doesn't get enough credit because much like Dazed and Confused, when you watch this film and you see the performances and how you think it at first is just kind of meandering about nothing, but as it builds, there's so many little moments. There's so many character traits. The story flows. You like so many of the people. Just to get these naturalistic performances from a bunch of, I would say 90% of actors that you've never seen before, this movie's like pure magic. And as many people complain that, Deadpool wasn't nominated for an Oscar or other movies weren't nominated for Oscars, like I feel like this was, I'm a realist, so I know it would never happen, but I feel like this movie should have been a Best Picture candidate because it's just, I don't know, I think people were turned off by the fact that it was a bunch of college baseball players, but it's not insulting. It's not it's not dumb. It's a smart film. This is a good movie, and I want to watch it again right now.
You made a really good point about it. Just like as a general comment about the whole film, like almost every scene, like every time a character opens their mouth, it feels like a totally natural thing. None of it feels like this could have come off of a script.
Yeah, and There was like a basic outline, and then he would just keep the camera on these guys and see what they could come up with. Now,
So all these guys are kind of like impromptu a bit.
yeah, I mean, there's just some definite dialogue, but like some of the smaller, just kind of like the hanging out scenes, like some of the when that guy's like, "I got your joke right here," and they're like, "Did he just point at his? Did he say his dick was a joke?" And like stuff like that. But I mean, a lot of the scenes where they're talking about camaraderie, it was scripted, but there is a lot of improv in here. Like, and they had to spend a lot of time together before this film. I think they spent a month together, just kind of getting to know each other. Like they took dance classes together, so this was like a really tightly gelled crew that made this film. And yeah, no, I don't know. I know this, like in college, I was like everyone thought I was like this kind of bro, but I worked at a punk bar with like a crazy music scene. And like, I don't know, I hung out with pretty much everyone. So like, I felt this movie, like these guys go over town, kind of going all over the place, hanging out with whoever. Like, it's just like a cool open film. So, yeah. I guess I should say what it's about, right?
You can if you want.
All right. So Jake, freshman pitcher, shows up. The college baseball team in Texas just got 2 houses, so they don't have to live in the dorms anymore. Jake shows up. He's a hotshot freshman pitcher, and he meets the rest of the team, and it's 4 days before school. And basically, it's just Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then leading up to school on Monday. So it's basically 4 days of a baseball team kind of getting to know each other, bonding, playing baseball, hanging out, smoking pipes, hitting on women, flicking knuckles, playing ping pong, dancing.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That ping pong was angrier than me discussing brisket.
Yeah.
That was the most angry ping pong scene, including anything that I even saw in that Dan Fogler movie.
I was like,
Balls of Fury.
Yeah, Balls of Fury. Like,
that was near McEnroe levels of anger.
So, Les, you watched this movie, right? And you said you had your favorite character of the year, aside from the brother in Sing Street.
Yeah. Well, before I get to the character, I just want to comment on how good of a job Richard Linklater did, just kind of setting the scene of the movie. I mean, he does a really good job of this in every movie he does, but like the movie takes place in 1980,
Yep,
South Texas. I think it was like, I can't remember the name of the college. I don't know if it was a real college or not, but like it was just like kind of like a smaller college in South Texas. And being like a kid who I was born in the 80s, but I didn't really grow up in the 80s. I was more of a 90s kid. Like, it was really cool to see, like, kind of like the late 70s, early 80s, like, vibe going on, like how people dressed, how people acted, how people talked. And, you could tell Richard Linklater was just going off pure straight memory because I think he grew up around this time. So it was just like, yeah, I really felt like I was being taken back to this time period, to this specific location. It was just like really good movie, just kind of really easily immerse you in that. And, Linklater's kind of naturalistic directing style, just like you really felt like, you were just right there, back in the 1980s, just drinking like cheap Texas beer, just hanging out with the boys. And it was just really awesome. It was just an awesome feeling.
You made a great point. There are a lot of movies that like the period pieces that they like the period pieces feel like almost part of the characters, like, and they're not subtle. But this one, it just happens.
Like,
right?
It wasn't, nothing was over the top. Like the characters were just living in this time and space, and you were just right there with them, and it was just really awesome.
Yeah, as opposed to most of the time when we see like movies that throw back to the 80s where it's like, well, we're going to have all like the people in shorter shorts and high socks and, this kind of shirt, and we'll have them, whatever. If it was the 70s, they'd say groovy. And if it's the 80s, they'll say this. And they think that that's enough. Yeah. And it never, you're just like, okay, right. It's the 80s. Check, moving on. And yeah, I agree, Laz. Like this was just their environment. It didn't They weren't telling us it was the 80s because of this.
And like disco was still sort of hanging around.
Yeah.
Like, and then like country. Oh man, yeah, I love this movie.
It was really cool because like, it took place like in the college. You have like all these college age kids, and like you all go back to like when we were all in college, and it was just like you meet like all sorts of different people, and everybody just has like everybody's just full of like piss and vinegar. Like they're all just like pissed off or really enthusiastic about something, and it's just like all these characters like that. Like they're always just like going 110% all the time because that's what you do in college. And you can't help it.
And like, yeah, I had 3 roommates in college, and like we competed at everything. So like the ping pong and like the flicks, like that all felt familiar. And I'll tell you what, I think aside from Kate Beckinsale in Love and Friendship, my favorite character of the year is Finnegan, played by Glenn Powell.
Yeah, same here.
Like, I don't think there's been a more like realized character out in a long time. And that was, I mean, it's a credit to the dialogue, but it's also a credit to just Glenn Powell.
Yeah, it's funny. Like a lot of times I'll see a movie character and I'll be like, man, I want to hang out with him. But like I'm thinking like I want to hang out with that actor usually because I like what the actor is doing with the character. Whereas with this, I want to hang out with Finnegan.
Yeah.
I mean, awesome that the actor did so well, Glenn Powell. But like I was just immersed in the Finneganism of it.
I love that line where he's like, when we play baseball, all you do is talk about girls. And when we're with girls, all you do is talk about baseball. And like, he's like, it's not right. Doesn't he say something like that? His voice cracks.
Yeah.
But it's such a good point.
It's just, he was, out of all the characters, like he was the most passionate, which is saying something. You just felt like the most passionate. Like he was always passionate about whatever he was talking about. Like he could have been talking about like rubber bands. He could have gotten to like a 3-hour debate, a vigorous debate about rubber bands. Like you could tell like he was just that kind of character.
Yeah, and like didn't he say like I never really know what I'm talking about. I just talk a lot. Didn't he kind of say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I was really actually impressed by was Zoe Deutsch in the film. I think her name's Zoe Deutsch. But what I liked most is when I saw this like in an advanced screening, I remember, and the theater was really packed, and you have this movie with all these actors that you like a lot. And then there's basically one main female played by Zoe. And what was her character's name? It was Beverly. And I thought she really worked well in the film. She like joined in naturally. They set it up early in the film. And so you have like all this like testosterone. And then you enter kind of like a nice, pre-college night between Jake, the pitcher, and Beverly. But she fit in really well. And I think that was a testament to her and also, again, Linkletter and
I think, yeah, she definitely held her own. It was, you could argue that she just kind of like because Linklater took like the main characters, like, because in college there's like so many different groups of people there. Like, Linklater took the characters like through like these different kind of cultural subgroups that you kind of encounter in college. You have like the bros, the frat guys, which were them, but you also have like the punks. You have the country guys. Beverly represented the theater kind of crowd, like the cultural crowd. So it was just another way for them to explore like another part of life that they would normally, not have if they didn't go to college. If that makes any sense.
No, absolutely. And I will say this is kind of random, but I do think that like Richard Linklater utilizes walking perfectly. Because with before. All the before trilogy and this, like some of my favorite moments in this film just involve them walking down the street. They came across the punks and they go to the punk club.
Yeah.
Like just kind of walk around. Oh, slacker.
Yeah.
Waking life.
When you see a group walking together, though, like you can see a unified crew from just a bunch of people who know each other sometimes by the way they walk.
Yeah.
And it's like that. Yeah. This movie, like so many other things, it did have that mastery of that unity, like you pointed out. That made sense to me when you pointed out that these actors spent a while together getting to know each other before the filming, because there was something there, like I don't know, like you and me strolling a convention floor almost.
Yeah, like just the kind of stuff you talk, like I don't know. Yeah, so I know we're heaping praise on this, but I got really nothing bad to say about it.
I've got a weird, it's not a negative thing about this movie, but this is called a spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I despise, people are going to get all on me, like they're going to start doing spin kicks. I despise Dazed and Confused.
Man, I love it.
Why is that?
Like I'm getting crickets. Like no one understands how I can not like it. But I absolutely love this. And a friend of mine on Facebook saw that we were talking about this, and he's like, "Oh my god, I love Dazed and Confused. I got to watch this." And then on Facebook and says, "Sucked."
Yeah, I saw that.
And so I'm just thinking, like, maybe just for context, I feel like I need to watch Dazed and Confused again real soon with a fresher perspective to see, one, how someone could hate what's being called the spiritual sequel of something they loved, or how I didn't love the Dazed and Confused and just fell in love. This movie was like injecting pure happiness into me. Like I felt great. I felt that happy, immortal, I'm 20 years oldism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to talk, or sorry if I'm just kind of hijacking it here, but like I wanted to talk like specifically about the characters on the baseball team, right?
Yeah.
Because these are the main characters. Like it's 2 days before school starts, and they're all just kind of getting to know each other. What I loved is that they're all basically kind of type A athlete personality jock types. I think in the hands of a lesser writer director, like that shtick would get really old really quick. But what Linklater here does, like, is really subtle. Like they're all kind of alpha jock types, but they're just they're different variants of the of that stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
Like the main character, it was Jake, right?
Yeah.
He was like, the good-looking dude, super talented, but he's not like, he's not like overly aggressive. He's just kind of aggressive in a very sly way. Then you have like the main star, the baseball team, the dude,
Tyler, Mick Reynolds.
Yeah, Mick Reynolds. Like he was the aggressive one, or you could argue the guy with the glasses is also the aggressive one. But the Mick Reynolds is the alpha dog.
Yeah,
he was
like the senior All-American.
Finnegan, like he was the intellectual, but he was also still really aggressive about it.
Maybe it's more like Finnegan wanted to be the intellectual.
Yeah. You had Willoughby, who was just like secretly like a 30-year-old dude, just like he just wanted to play college baseball, which is awesome.
And watch Twilight Zone and smoke weed.
Yeah, and there's like a whole bunch of others. Like there's like too many to mention, but I'm just like I love like the fact that like they're all just kind of like variants of like this kind of jock like personality, and like Linklater just kind of builds and like reshapes the dynamics of like the entire group, and also like specific like relationships between each character. It was just like it was really fascinating to watch like all this different character development going on all at once.
One of my favorite little moments. So there's this crazy pitcher, and he I think he's coming out of maybe California. He's a senior. He tells everyone that he can throw 95-mile-an-hour fastballs, and he gets into it with Mick Reynolds, the star of the team, and he gets one strike, but then Mick Reynolds knocks a home run. And he kind of like lets loose on Jay, like, hey, you're selfish. This is a team. This is going to work. And then later on, Mac Reynolds is kind of like hanging out, I think, getting ready to go to bat. And Jay, the crazy pitcher, comes up to him and is like, hey, man, like, nice hit. Like, and then he's like, yeah, we're cool. Like, he apologized without like apologizing. And they both sort of got it.
Yeah.
But it was like a tiny moment.
It was a tiny moment that had a big impact.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, that's nice. Like I love all the scenes where they just went out drinking and dancing, because you can see like like the different approaches like each guy would take, like Mick Reynolds and like the other kind of seniors, like they were more practiced in the art of just chasing girls, or like the other guys, they were hanging out, and it was just like it was just like really cool to see like how these guys, like these characters, like just kind of live their lives.
And that big bar fight that happened, Jake was like in the middle throwing people around. I'm like, oh man, he's got his team's back.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was like, when you watch it 7 times, you start picking up a lot of little stuff.
Yeah.
And I think one of my favorite lines is there's the freshman pitcher. What is his name? Plummer. He's just like a really laid back dude. Mm-hmm. So they go to class Monday and they're all just like exhausted. They haven't slept. and this pitcher plumber is sitting in his desk, and some older guy walks in. And he goes, "Who's this fuck?" He's like, "That's the teacher." He's like, "Oh,
yeah.
I love that line. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. So this movie just needs to be watched. I'm really glad we covered this on the podcast because I've been like triple trumpeting this movie since it came out.
Right.
And I mean, it got a lot of love. Empire said it was like the 7th best film of 2016. It's popped up on a lot of lists. Collider wrote a piece saying that should have been nominated for Best Picture. So it has a lot of critic love. It just hasn't really picked up with audiences yet. And I think this is a film that a lot of people should watch.
You know what it is? Like, I feel like the reason why it's not getting more mainstream attention is because it just appeals to like a certain set of emotions. And specifically, sorry if I sound like a little sexist here, but specifically guy emotions. Because like when I'm watching it, I'm just like, this is kind of how I felt like hanging out with my old buddies, like back in high school, also in college, and also, when I played like Little League, like sports back in the day, like that's how like me and my teammates would act together. It was just like the characters in this movie, they acted like how I would act with my guy friends in real life, like how I would act with you guys, like when we're all hanging out with each other. It's hard to explain. Like if like someone ever asked me like, so what? I don't really understand like all this like bro love like thing. Like what is it? Like I would just tell people just watch this movie. Maybe it won't like, maybe you won't get it right away, but I feel like it's kind of like the best example of it in movies.
And don't have like preconceived notions about it either. I think a lot of people had those about it.
Yeah. Well, whenever Venture Linklater makes a movie, it's just like you can't help but try to hype it up a little bit.
Yeah, Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could talk about the scenes in this. I don't want to wreck it totally for people. I could probably. We should do it. No, we're doing that for episode 100. We're doing Jupiter Ascending again from our memories.
Yeah.
So,
Jupiter reascending.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'd say
go
this
ahead,
had some of the best dance scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He put them through the ringer. They had to they did dance classes. Like they had to train to do their dancing.
But like it didn't necessarily look like highly skilled dancing, but it really looked like they were each their characters dancing that they had been doing for years.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the most unbelievable part. Like if you unleash a team of baseball players, they're all not going to be like that coordinated.
No.
Or any team.
There was one awkward, like tall, skinny guy who was doing that goofy dance with his his tall, lanky girl. Like not all of them were loaded with style,
but they were owning it though. There was no self-consciousness, and I guess you can sell it when you're not worried about that.
Yeah.
I know we just said like we shouldn't try to like oversell it, but honestly, it's one of my favorite movies of last year. Finnegan was my favorite character. The ensemble cast, it's one of the best mustache ensembles in movie history. Really, everybody just had an amazing mustache. Really.
Oh yeah.
Plus the mullets were amazing.
Oh yeah, good mullets, good mustaches.
Plus, I guess the girl who played Beverly, I guess, I don't know if it's true. Oh, no, I guess it is true. I'm reading it here. But, like, she's the daughter of Leah Thompson.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah. Just got her mother cutie pie looks. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think we all recommend that everybody wants them. So just go see it. Mm-hmm. And now is a good time to take a break. We're probably going to watch Everybody Wants Some, like, during the break.
Like 3 times.
Yep. We'll see you guys in 10 hours.
Hey guys, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What's your favorite shark? Kyle?
Mako.
Oh, nice. John?
Street,
Tiger.
right?
Ooh, mine's San Jose.
Oh, okay.
So now, why are we talking about sharks?
Well, you said San Jose. That's like word of the day, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Why are we talking about sharks?
we do a podcast.
Right, it's a different one than Word of the Bay.
We talk improv, right?
Okay.
Walks.
Yeah, we talk about that. We talk about a lot of stuff. Just kind of our daily lives and just
Video games.
movies.
They all involve sharks in some way.
Yeah,
Well,
most of the time.
this has gone terribly.
Well, away.
Away. Wait, explain to me what away means, please.
Away?
It's like kind of like a no way, but an okay way.
Okay, we're going to find the podcast.
Okay, wait.
Sharkdropper.com.
Sweet.
Okay.
See it.
Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. So, during the break, we were actually trying to decide what genre Everybody Wants Some actually belongs in, because I think a lot of people are under the misconception that it's a comedy. I know it was marketed as a comedy, but it wasn't really like a comedy, you know?
Yeah, I think if it was in a blockbuster, it would be under comedy.
Yeah, but you wouldn't feel good about it. It's like,
yeah, I'd be like, well, I got to because of lack of choices.
Yeah. I mean, if there was like a Richard Linklater section, like that would be perfect. It would be kind of cheating, you know. I'm just like, well, we'll just make a Richard Linklater section. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
If movies are similar to a Richard Linklater film, just put it in there.
Yeah. Oh man, it's too bad video stores like went out of business. Like I would love to have worked in one. Just be like stereotypical lazy video store worker, just watching movies all day.
Just spoiling stuff for people.
Wait, so you just be like clerksing?
Yeah, why not?
That'd be amazing.
I'd be randling.
You randling?
Navy SEALs.
When I worked in the movie theater, I used to love kind of harassing people too. I remember I gave away the ending of What Lies Beneath one time. I felt really terrible.
Wait, how'd you do it? Like what was the situation?
Okay, so like, you know how back in the day, like there was like 20, 30 minutes in between each movie. I guess there's still that now. And so this couple, I didn't realize had gotten there really early, and they were sitting on a bench. So as people were walking out, I'm like, hey, I'll see you soon, if not sooner. I used to say that to people.
Yeah.
And then like somebody walking out, I'm like, what'd you think about Harrison Ford being the killer? And then they're like, oh my gosh. And I looked over and there's people sitting there. And I was like, oh shoot.
No, in all fairness, if you're about to watch a movie that could have anything mysterious to it whatsoever, you do not sit where everyone's coming out and will undoubtedly be talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't do that.
It was their fault.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It was.
I hate those people.
It still just burns in the back of your brain to this day.
I felt bad.
It was their mistake. They probably would have heard someone say something anyway.
That's right.
Sure.
If it wasn't me, it would have been somebody else.
Yeah. All right. That's kind of like a weird segue to listener questions. We got another one, right, Mark?
Yeah, and the question is, hey, what happened at the end of What Lies Beneath? No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this next one is from Chris Kelly, longtime friend of the pod. He sent me a random text message this week, and it went pretty deep. And so I kind of read through his question. I kind of tried to summarize what he was trying to write me. And his question is, there's always villains in movies that don't really have a reason for doing something. Has there ever been a bad guy in a movie that had a real reason for doing what they were doing? So, like, it's not just like because I want gold or because I'm a psychopath. Like, they're saying, what's like a bad guy who has a legit reason?
So I didn't spend much time thinking about this because two things came right to mind for me, and I just decided to run with them. I'm sure I could have, like, if I really just stared at my DVD collection, I probably could have come up with like maybe 3 or 4 more. But for me, it was well. First off, do you consider Bodhi a villain?
Yeah.
Okay, then Bodhi from Point Break, the original Bodhi, Patrick Swayze Bodhi.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's bad business.
Like him, I think that Edward Norton's Brad Pitt half from Fight Club, and I think Samuel L. Jackson from Unbreakable.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had his reason was like solid. He just wanted to find somebody like him or different.
And he even explained it in the movie. It's not just that he figured if he was so flawed that there could be someone who's the antithesis of flawed. It was that he verbalized like he needed to create scenarios looking for the indicator, the one lone survivor, and look for the trends. And, he was mad to do that, but somewhat logical, if you will, experiment-wise.
Or what about bad guys, like, who were doing bad things, but knew they were doing bad things and couldn't really justify it?
couldn't justify it.
Like, I'm kind of thinking like, you remember Cypher from The Matrix?
Yeah.
Because he's like, he knew what he was doing would get those people killed, but he's like, I just don't want this. So a decision, like he made this decision going, yes, probably, I'm going to kill some people, but I just wouldn't be sucked back into a machine and be rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, Cypher was also a Matrix paradox because who plugged him in? When he was having his meeting with Agent Smith, who plugged him in?
I don't know. Why are you asking all serious?
I'm just saying.
Geez Louise, John.
No.
It's grilling me, man. Oh my gosh.
Those articles I've read about, like, like some flaws in like major movies, was like how he couldn't have had that conversation unless he was conspiring with someone.
Oh wow.
Because someone had to plug him in.
True.
But I agree with your criticism of the character, even if someone plugged him in. Like, yeah, like, he was just being mean, and he just wanted to eat steak and be rich and forget it all, like a jerk.
Yeah, you coming at me strong with that question. Yeah, but like, what about General Hummel from The Rock? Like,
wait, who is? Oh, wait,
and
Harris.
So like, he had a cause, but he knew what he was doing was like getting people killed. But he also wanted to like, he had a cause for it. But he also knew that like, he was probably going to die.
I don't remember. Did that have something to do with his son or something?
He wanted money for injured soldiers, like soldiers that weren't taken care of. So he did all this. He wanted to kill thousands just to be like, hey, you forgot about soldiers. So, I mean, and then the guys from Cabin in the Woods, like they just had to keep the gods appeased, but they were murdering kids.
Oh, those poor guys were government employees. They're just doing a job. I'm a government employee. I understand their plight. I'm killing people left and right. It's just...
Sure. What about you, Laz? Did you think of anything?
Okay, so these are villains who had a very good reason to do what they did.
Yeah, like not just like $1 million.
So the first one that comes to mind is Aaron Eckhart's Harvey Dent from The Dark Knight, because I feel like his Harvey Dent had a legit reason to just kind of kill everybody, right? Because he was actually on the good side, like he was trying to stop crime, but he just got screwed over, by everybody. He lost his fiance.
If he was less good looking to begin with, he wouldn't have become that evil when he got Two-Faced.
Yeah. He was working so hard to eradicate crime, and it just kind of blew up in his face, literally.
Literally.
And so,
I'm not trying to make fun of anybody specific who I'm about to mention, but if he just looked like Patton Oswalt before, and then he got Two-Faced, I think he'd just be like, well, this is my life now. Like, I don't think he would have gone blowing things up.
Yeah.
What about Baron Zemo from Captain America: Civil War?
Yeah. Didn't he lost his family, right, from the events of Avengers 2?
Yeah, it's like Stankonia or something. That's an Outcast. That's an Outcast album.
It's the same thing, I guess.
Stankonia.
Suvlakia.
He's from Baklavakia.
But like he knew what he was doing was really wrong. And it got people killed. But he just he didn't even want to kill that one Hydra guy. He's like, just give me this information so I don't have to murder a lot of innocent people. Like he knew what he was doing was terrible, but he had to because he was so distraught about his family.
Yeah.
That breaks my heart, man. That scene where he is listening to the voicemails left by his wife guts me.
It's like he was basically pulling a Gerard Butler in Law-Abiding Citizen almost. It's like he knows what he's doing, but he's very deliberate, methodical, and thoughtful. So it's not like he's totally blinded by emotion. It's that it has overtaken his personality, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he's thoughtful. Again, it's not like blind rage. He's very thoughtful and calm and methodical. Both those characters were, right? And so it's hard to like hate them when you find out why they're doing it. but it's hard to defend them too.
You got butlered.
Ugh.
Yeah. Zemo, he did take it to quite the next level from Butler.
Yeah, for sure. But I like what you said though. They're both I feel like they're both rational about it, even though maybe in their mindset they obviously weren't.
Yeah, it's like it totally distorted their perception of justice, or I don't know. Like that's like its own whole like deep conversation. I feel like that's a podcast right there.
Well, that's
like
deep.
a heavy one.
We'll put on our smoking jackets.
Yeah. Pour your 18-year-old pappy.
Oh my god! I just cried because I wasted it.
What? Okay, but what about villains who didn't have a good reason to do what they did?
Like Austin Powers.
Or like the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. He's just like a zealot.
Yeah. Or
Why are you evil? Because I'm angry.
Jeremy Irons from Die Hard with a Vengeance.
No, he was avenging his brother.
Yeah, that was pretty
No,
good.
he wasn't. That was a cover.
Yeah.
That was smart though.
But all he was just some guy who wanted $60 million or whatever.
I feel like, but he had a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have a plan, but he was just like totally just the guy who wanted this money.
That's pretty gangster. That he set out he was after him for his brother's death, and that was the ruse to steal gold.
And then, like in the end, he's like, I didn't even like him. I didn't even talk to him at Thanksgiving.
Oh, I like that. I like this guy more actually. I never thought about that. I guess there's Michael Myers from the first Michael Myers.
Wait, Michael
Patrick
from Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Oh yeah.
He didn't have a good reason to do any of that, right?
No.
No.
He just liked to work out and listen to Huey Lewis.
He loved him some Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Like what are some like really terrible like the bad guy from Under Siege 2, I feel like.
Oh, man.
Yeah, give me like, I don't know, every villain in every Jean-Claude Van Damme film, like sudden death.
Oh, God.
Any Powers Booth villain.
Or the Sandman.
Yeah, like any Powers Booth guy. Any Brian Dennehy character.
Nice. All right. Is that the final answer? Any Brian Dennehy character?
No!
Nice.
He got me. He Dennehy'd me.
You just got Dennehy'd.
I think butler doesn't sound that bad because like you could have been like serve food or something. You just got butlered. Did like they bring me a drink?
Or maybe like you got turned into a butler. Hey, you got to serve this guy a drink. I'm like, oh,
Hey,
man.
wait, what? So you're just hanging out and they make you a butler and then you have to serve people drinks?
It's like, oh, damn it.
Hey, why were you late? I got butlered.
All right. I think it's time to move on to the second part, or the second movie that we're going to discuss today. Mark or John, do you want to intro it? That we've already mentioned it before.
Listen, guys, before we get started, I just want to say that I really want to. Oh, spoilers for John Wick 2 Electric Boogaloo. No, John Wick, the second chapter.
Everybody wants some more John Wick.
Wait, John Wick Chapter 2. There it is. But I really want to go to Applebee's with Lawrence Fishburne.
I like how that's the big victory. If he gets $7 million, we're going to Applebee's.
I mean,
Dude, Applebee's has half off appetizers after 10 p.m. Imagine how much $7 million can get you.
oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
like,
if you've been on a homeless diet, you're going to crush those appetizers.
Dude, seriously. I'm probably going to go to Applebee's after this, actually.
dude, $7 million. You could unlimited app it every night.
Oh, man.
Also, guys, I want to tell you one more thing. Motorcycle henchmen never learn.
Those motorcycle henchmen. So
What was his goal?
Oh, the beginning of the movie where the
Yeah, Did the motorcycle henchman, he didn't have a gun.
He didn't have a gun, but at least he had a helmet, right?
Baffled there because I kept waiting for him to get close or get up on the side and pull out his machine gun, and he never did. And I just kept thinking, any second now.
Why did he just follow him from a safe distance?
I know he just wanted. It's almost like he was trying to get up and on his side too, like in the danger zone.
Maybe he was trying to die.
I mean, it made for an exciting scene, but now look, I mean, it didn't feel smart at the time, and now that we're discussing it, it feels really just like massive head wounds, stupid.
Yeah, henchmen. Listen, henchmen, you got to stop. All right. If you become a motorcycle henchman, follow from a safe distance. Just do it. You're faster than the car. They're not going to get away from you.
Yeah, but I feel like John Wick will still find a way to kill you.
Just shoot behind.
The first John Wick, right? Mark, you've written about both of them on movies, films, and flicks. But the first John Wick, tremendous world building with this like underground assassins world, their currency, their rules, this kind of guild that they have. We see John Wick, who's this like vengeful force of nature. I mean, who's introduced kind of with those with that descriptor almost like his pure will. And the first movie was just non-stop brutal, and I gotta tell you, I was super excited, but I was a little nervous about this sequel because I kept thinking, like, I don't know how they can keep everything turned up to an 11 the way that they did, because we've already been introduced to the Matrix. So when the Matrix Part 2 comes out, all that, splendor is gone. We already have seen the new super sped kung fu. So when we see it, it's just more like in this, everything stayed at an 11 for me. The world building, Keanu's drive, John Wick's drive, I should say, the intensity, the brutality, the preparation took a different angle. Like for me, this movie was still an 11 on all cylinders.
I gotta do some data wrangling, but so the first film's 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. This one, John Wick Chapter 2, is 90%. So It's 5% higher than John Wick. And that's rare for a sequel to do better critically than the first film. So I think that's just amazing in itself.
Yeah. It was...
It knocked me on my ass.
Yeah, it was... I thought of this like as soon as I was driving home from the theater. John Wick 1 was better than everybody thought it would be. John Wick 2 was better than it had every right to be.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It was just like, all right, a John Wick 2 sequel. Like, obviously you're gonna get more like really good, like gunfight scenes from Keanu. There's gonna be like kind of more like of that underground, like kind of hitman assassin stuff going on. There's gonna be like some really, really cool set piece scenes and whatnot, and that's what we got. But somehow they made it like even more spectacular than the first one. It was just like, wow, like they gave me everything I was expecting, but it still blew me away. Like I'm still not really sure how they did it.
And like, a lot of sequels try to go global, like from their first movie to up the scale. But unfortunately, when a lot of movies do that, all they're really doing is moving it to another country, and you're supposed to feel like it's a bigger deal now. Whereas in this, they moved it somewhere else, and in doing so, it expanded on the world building by showing us how this underground network, this underground world developed. And now we know there's like this governing hierarchy, and we know more rules than we used to. And I thought that worked, right? Like Tokyo Drift did not work, at least not for me.
Hey, shut your mouth. What do you know about it? What do you know? Hey, when they get plugged in, who did it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
When they got plugged in, who did it? Who did it?
Yeah.
I'm serious though. Like, I mean, this went global and it worked in almost everywhere. But when they were first going to Italy, to Rome, I'm just like, and in my head, I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is where the movie's going to go downhill. And then and we meet the guy who's in charge of the other Continental, and I'm just thinking, oh, there's just another one.
I have one question to ask you. Are you going to kill the Pope?
That was a great question. And that was kind of the moment where I put on a smile and stopped, worrying. That was a good line.
Like, it went bigger. It went, more violent. It did everything that like would make it bad, but it still. My good friend Zach Beckler, or friend, Lasvath knows him. Good dude, director, filmmaker. He said that he made a comment on my random Facebook post. He's like, I think this movie is legitimately brilliant, and I agree with him. Like, and I like how it went. This film went organically into the first film, went organically into the second. So John Wick is back. So people are going to want him back. Like, it's as simple as that. It's such a simple plot to follow.
Yeah, it was. Everything just felt kind of natural. It's the reason why, as Levingood mentioned, like the world building just seemed to work, like the second time around again. Like, it was just like, the kind of heightening as far as like the world building goes. Like, it was all built on what was shown in the first movie. Like, we weren't like introduced like to new rules. Like, there wasn't like, another hotel where like different rules happen. It was just like, you're just building on what you show in the first movie, and it just like everything felt like a natural progression of how this world works. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, like that makes sense in that context.
The only thing that was done again was exactly what we wanted to see, which was more tandem brutal violence.
There's this scene in this movie. It's going to sound weird that I liked it, and whatever, spoilers. So there's a scene where John Wick, he's brought back. So he gets back into work. This guy, Santino? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Santino comes back, this powerful guy. And he's like, listen, you're back. I gave you this impossible task because you're out, but now you're back in. So I have your marker, and you got to do one last job or you're dead. So this guy, Santino, wants John Wick to kill his sister because his sister sits on like the hitman 12 Senate.
Yeah.
And he can't do it because she's on it. So John Wick goes to Italy to kill this man's sister. And eventually John Wick gets alone with this sister character. And this is going to sound kind of bloody and that weird that I liked it, but you're like, oh, he's not going to kill this woman. Like, he's just going to let her go. They're going to work something out. But then this lady's like, I'm going to go on my own terms. And then she like slits her whole entire forearms open, then like bleeds to death in a pool. Then he shoots her in the head just to like make sure. I'm like, man, this movie, like John Wick was gonna do that. Like, this is it's just a badass. They didn't wimp out. This movie does not wimp out.
No,
not
at all.
And I didn't see that coming. I was like, holy crap. This movie like never backs down. It's like that movie with those kids who fight in the streets because they never back down.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But like even like his tactical decisions, where there's a scene where after he kills his sister, John Wick knows that people on both sides are going to get him. So it's kind of crazy how he like loops around. He like drags all these hitmen around. He leaves guns through these catacombs, and like this badass gunfight takes place. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like every move he makes, he kind of thinks about it beforehand. I just love that.
Yeah, and I love the planning. How he went to see the tailor, the sommelier, and the architect, and how none of it had they had neither that Rambo self-arming nor that Mission Impossible beep, 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 everything on a computer screen. Here are the schematics that we need for everything ever. Like, it was a little more methodical and thoughtful, and each of the characters helping him had their own distinct flavor and personality. That sommelier, the tailor, like, they were great.
Yeah. And like, I like he only got 4 guns from that guy.
I love the way like he was asking for his guns. Like, I'm looking for a little something more robust.
Yeah.
And they described it like they would wine. Like, Lemongood, you can probably like probably elaborate even more. But like, it was just really great. Like, he was called a sommelier, and he was acting like a sommelier of guns. It was really great. You know?
Yeah, like even the tailor too, like the bulletproof armor inside the suit. Like, I love how they all just played their roles. I thought that was just brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what's kind of crazy is, I'm not trying to sound like, Megan and I, we went on our honeymoon and we went to Italy, and we were at that location where that concert was, and I can't believe they let them film there, because those are ruins. They shot like an actual ruins, like what was left standing. Like, it's, I don't know, just from a production standpoint, I was amazed that they were allowed to film there.
I guess the Italians were big fans of John Wick.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Oh, Keanu, John Wick.
Yeah. What's it coming to go? No, but like, yeah, I don't know. And then I love, like, I think my favorite parts were the fights between Common and John Wick. I mean, they're both very good at rolling down stairs, I have to say this. But they had two, like, show-stopping fights that I just loved.
Just two? I feel like they were.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they had that one fight where they were, like, on the car swinging, then they burst in the hotel and they drank whiskey together. And then the subway fight. Like, I just thought that was so awesome. Like, I thought that hand-to-hand. Oh. So when you watch this movie, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they've let the camera linger. There's some scenes where like Keanu Reeves has to remember probably 12 moves. And so he takes out like 3 people in just one shot. Like, it's not like chop, 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 chop.
Right.
Like, there's some scenes where he legit arm bars a guy, gets up, knocks somebody else, and it's kind of clumsy at times. But you could really feel the action. Like, it wasn't super cut. Like, I love the film Captain America Civil War, but they said that like in a 1-second scene, there's like 3 different shots. And it's just, I love that they held the camera for a little bit.
Well, you know, you kind of looking a little clumsy, but, you know, like it shows him getting so just battle weary from these swings and taking these hits. It added a good realism to it.
Yeah.
The end of the first fight scene was actually one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie. So, you know, Cassian and John Wick are going at it on the streets of Italy, and then somehow they kind of roll their way into the on the grounds of the Continental, and then like the proprietor is like, "Gentlemen,"
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Yeah, all right." And so like, John Wick and Cassian are like are gonna have a drink in a bar, even though, like, you know, a second earlier they were trying to kill each other, and they still are.
Ian McShane tells you to go to the bar and have a drink to calm down. You do.
Yeah.
Ian McShane. It's not like some dude named Steve walked up.
But yeah, so like they're both kind of drinking at the bar, and they're having like this kind of professional conversation. It's like, "Oh, you had the marker, so you had to do it." I'm like, "Well, you know, she's my ward, so I have to kill you." And they're like, you know, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it quick." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll try to do the same thing." You know, it's professional courtesy. And it was just like that whole scene was just really well done, like really well acted. Like it was really, really tense, and it was just like, wow, like this is just, it's like scenes like this, like you get like a lot of filler scenes in action movies. I feel like John Wick does kind of, I don't want to call it a filler scene, but like the non-action scenes in John Wick are just as good as like the gun scenes.
Oh,
You know?
even just the negotiation of the marker back before his house got blown up, like even that scene, like I'm just waiting for I'm what a big deal the marker is. And I just want to know all the rules, like right then. Like I'm just waiting to hear it. And he's just like, no. I'm just like, no, dude, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And then when the guy leaves the house, I'm just like, what's gonna happen? John Wick's too calm. Like,
And I like that when we're talking about the rules. Like, I feel like I know the rules, and they stick to them quite clearly. But all these rules that they made are brand new.
Right. But they still, in hindsight, they still sort of seem to fit.
Did you guys think that John Wick's a bit naive at times?
Could you give an example?
Okay. All right, you're not going to take this marker? He's like, all right, well, I'm just going to go, shower. Like, that dude's going to blow up your house.
No, you see, I think he knew that. And I think he was deliberately picking up that picture of his wife so that would be the last thing he saw.
Ah.
I think he was kind of hoping that he would go with the house. I think he expected something horrible to happen.
Gotcha. And he's really good at cement work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you knew something horrible was going to happen and you were just going to resist all the way, why not just shoot Antonio right there, right? And just deal with all this right now at the same time. I guess for me, there's my approach to his naivete is just a little different, faceted in the same scene. But I'll agree with you though. Like, he's just resisting out of principle. When
idealistic, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but to a fault.
Yeah,
I think he's just tired. Like, he just wants to get out of life.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And you guys are totally right about the little scenes, Lasvath, where remember in the first one where there's Kevin Nash and he walks up behind him and he's like, Kevin Nash is like, "You back?" And he's like, "Yep." He's like, "Take the night off." And then Kevin Nash walks away. Like, I don't think he would kill you if you. Like, I like Lawrence Fishburne in this film. He didn't kill him. He sliced his neck and gave him an option. I think Common's Cassian character is coming back. Like, I don't think he's done.
I wanted to touch on that. Like, it was kind of brilliant how that was done. So, like, in the let's rewind it back in. There's this great montage like near the end of the movie where the contract had just gone out for John Wick's head, like $7 million, and you see like this montage of like John Wick just like taking on like all these comers, like he's just like disposing of them, and it's just like really well done. But like the final person he has to take care of is Cassian, and like, oh man, like it was just like a lot of great moments in that fight, like the moment where they're just kind of like they're subtly shooting at each other.
Yeah,
like,
casual gunfighting.
Casual gunfighting, like that was great. The subway scene where they're just like slowly like inching their way towards each other, like that was really awesome. And the end of the fight, spoiler alert, like John Wick gets the best of him, and he just kind of stabs Cassian in the heart or in the aorta, and then John Wick just tells him like, "You pull that knife out, like you're gonna bleed to death," right? And so like that was like a very specific thing he said. But then like later on, you meet Lawrence Fishburne's character, and Lawrence Fishburne kind of met a similar situation with John Wick, where he's just like, well, you can keep pressure on this neck wound, or you can use that hand to shoot me, but then you'll die in the process. And that just kind of like harkens back to like a couple minutes before, we're like, oh shit, like that's the choice he gave to Cassian. I'm like, oh
right.
wow.
It's like if I don't have to kill you, if you're not my charge, if I don't have a problem with you, then I.
So
I love that.
Yeah, it was just like, so it justified like that scene that happened before with like a completely different character. I'm just like, oh wow, it's like really really smart writing here.
He was very principled, and this reminds me, Mark, of a comment that I don't remember if you made it on Facebook or in your review about how you thought that Grosse Point Blank and Leon the Professional and this took place in the same world.
That'd be amazing.
But there were a lot of like those were rather principled hitman movies.
Yeah, they had a union. They wanted to start a union in Grosse Point Blank.
And Leon had his rules, and when he was challenged against those rules, he just turned against everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like that was the whole point, is that they wanted him to take out Matilda and her brother, and Matilda survives, and then he's like, screw all this.
Yeah, and then Grosse Point Blank, he didn't want to join the union. And John Wick 2 is about him leaving.
Trying to anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it.
So like Grosse Point Blank is like, what city did that take place in?
Detroit.
So that was like the Detroit like faction of the Continental, so it was small and disorganized.
I like it. And I like what you said, Lasvath. This is a really well written movie for an act. Like people are like, it's just an action movie, but it's a good film. It's a well written film.
Yeah, there's like a lot of little things that are just kind of hidden throughout. Like I'm pretty sure if I saw it a second time, like I'll catch some other things. Although it does do like the big things really well too. Like the like another favorite scene of mine was the final shootout in that kind of hall of mirrors in the end of the movie. I'm just like the whole time I'm thinking like, wow, like this is just amazing. Like, Mark, you've worked on a lot of film sets, so you can probably probably elaborate even more. But like, it just when you work with mirrors, right? That's got to be a pain.
Well, it's a pain in the ass. Oh my gosh!
And like that hallway was just completely.
So you don't see the cameras, right?
Yeah, and like one spin, one anything. Like, you know, maybe they could take it out with some shots, but to film that was incredibly difficult.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was like some CGI involved. But
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure that was a pretty ballsy decision. Like in pre-production meetings, I'm just like, all right, so this whole scene is going to take place in a hall of mirrors.
They wanted to enter the drag in it for sure.
Yeah, it was just a really cool scene, and obviously the penultimate scene where like he meets Santino in a Continental. He has that quote unquote last meeting with him. Like that was actually I love that moment. Spoiler alert, when he just shoots Santino.
And like Ian McShane, he's like, "Don't do it. Please, Jonathan, don't do it."
You know what's great about that scene? They spent like 2 whole movies building up the rules just for John Wick to break the rule right then and there. Like, it was awesome. No one was expecting that.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't see, I kind of, but I didn't. Like, if I said I saw it coming, I'd be lying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was holding the gun the whole time. Like, it felt like the red herring. Like, somehow he's not going to do it, and he'll get the better of him later.
Yeah, or like that Santino would have tried to kill him or something like that when he had his back turned.
I mean, like you said earlier, Mark, like this movie does not shy away at all. Like,
No.
like John Wick actually killed him right there in the hotel.
He shot him right in the face.
Like, it broke all the rules it tried so hard to create just for that one moment, that one awesome moment. And I feel like it was definitely worth it. I'm like, holy crap, that was so awesome.
Like, 2 things. I feel like in the mirrors, those bearded guys were like really well coiffed. It was like a bearded hitmen crew. Did you notice that?
I mean, their beard oil budget. I can't even imagine what it was a month.
Yeah, and then also, I feel like he should have left the dog with Lance Reddick. I think his name is Sharon, the guy who's at Sharon. I don't know, the guy who's the he works at the front desk at the New York Continental.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, what's his dog gonna do? Like, I don't want his dog dying.
I mean, the dog just hung out. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he should. If he knew he was about to be hunted, he should have left the dog there.
He was just optimistic that he'd survive, I guess.
Yeah, he really is idealistic. Because when he was walking away, he was kind of like, "Yeah, I'm not too worried." Then he started seeing that there's like 1 million hitmen. He started running.
It's like, oh man.
Like, I love that scene. He was kind of like all tired, and he's like, "Shit, I don't have time to waste."
Yeah.
And everyone has like little slide phones. They're not flip phones.
Yeah, it's the mid 2000s again.
Yeah.
You know what I love is there's like another scene like afterwards where he meets with Winston, right? And then Winston, like he's meeting with John Wick, like the usual, you fucked up, like you're out of the club, you're excommunicado. But there's like this one like little moment where it's just like he just like I think it sends out a text message or sends out a little phone call, and then all of a sudden everybody just stops and looks at him. And then he does like a little wave, and they all go about their business. I'm just like, oh man, like he's that powerful. Like,
Well, at that
crazy.
moment, I was kind of wondering how many people work for the company.
And how many hitmen are there?
I guess everybody in New York is a hitman.
What? Like everyone, like it's like it's like the worst kept secret.
Well,
Sure.
no, Mark, think about our convention work, right? Like, so it's not just that Winston had access to that many people to pose as passersby in that huge area. It's that he also had enough people to redirect all human traffic and to do it subtly without it being a scene or without people saying, well, why can't I go that way? That really took like 5 times as many people as we saw in that scene to keep all the regular passersby from passing by.
Yeah, there was like lockups. There was production assistants doing lockups.
Yeah.
Like how
Like people being turned away.
People.
And someone had to go, hey, henchman, you got to, like, hitman, you got to walk around and pretend like you don't notice. Like, someone had to direct all of them. This is like, he put on like a Broadway play in like 30 minutes.
And meanwhile, they've got a whole team of people, again, redirecting actual regular human traffic without it making a scene, and that would make a scene. Someone's jogging or someone's walking there. How do you do? You'd have to circumvent them so far in advance, like multiple block radius.
And he might have needed like a permit too, because you got to pull permits on New York City streets.
Oh, well, he was contacting the mayor and the city manager and the chief of police to do this.
He was pulling strings, man.
You need to pull these like a month in advance. So he's pulling permits.
I mean, he's clearly playing gin rummy every Thursday night with the chief of police, the mayor, and the city manager.
He lets them win.
Does he text all these henchmen?
Yeah, apparently.
I guess.
You don't.
I mean, that was some straight up like Matrix training simulation stuff.
Yeah.
Any speculation, like, because Winston gave John Wick that marker, like, any speculation who that marker belonged to, like
that was his.
It was his. Oh,
yeah, because remember he took it back from Santino. He had Santino put his blood on it.
No, it was like I was under the impression that was like another marker. He was like, you might need this later on, or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if he wants to reuse that marker with someone else with a new obligation. That was my.
I read speculation that it was Winston's marker, and that he was in debt to John Wick. So that could be interesting.
But what would he be in debt to John Wick for?
I mean, that could be explored in the third movie. But like, it's clear that like Winston likes John Wick. Like, he gave him like an hour head start.
And he even said that the reason that there wasn't like an all-out kill squad on him was because he did not let it be so.
Yeah.
And then in the first John Wick, that woman gets killed because she kills someone in the hotel.
Yeah, in the exact same spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they like murdered her, but they let Wick go.
Yeah, it was the only reason why Winston like has to kill him is because like he just broke the rules, and Winston's all about the rules.
The one thing though is like when they're shooting people in crowds, like the bullets there's no like collateral damage. The bullets.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. I just decided to roll with the punches on that. I know exactly what you mean. People are getting hurt.
My wife Megan said they're just so good at shooting people that they know how to shoot them without like the bullets exploding out the back of the person.
You know, that's actually how I justify it too. I'm just like, these are just professionals. They just know how to shoot.
Yeah. When she said it, I kind of went, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, there was also a scene where there are a couple scenes where John Wick would like get someone like MMA leg lock with his his foot's behind their head, and I mean it's through the middle of the back of their head, and then he'd shoot them through the forehead, and you'd see the exit wound in the back, and it's like you just shot through your foot, bro.
Yeah.
Can we talk really briefly?
And I actually YouTubed that and found it.
Yeah. It's just like the best part of John Wick 1 is also still the best part about John Wick 2 is the gunfights. Like, it was just like they're so visceral, they're so gory, they're so violent. And like I love like in this one, like cuz like the first one, I think for me like the best like kind of gunfight moment was like he ran out of bullets and he had to reload, but like the guy was just standing there, then he just shoots him in the head. Well, this one like John Wick does like this fancy little move. We just kind of throws the gun up in there a little bit, does like a little chamber check with like one hand, and he just kind of like goes about his business. But he did it like so smoothly. I'm like, holy shit, that was so awesome.
Well, that chamber check was like with one finger, I think, rolled over the top.
Yeah, it was just like, oh wow, I didn't know you could do that. Like that's crazy.
Type in like Keanu Reeves gun training, and the amount of training he went through is crazy. There's some cool clips where he's just like nailing target after target.
I think not John Wick, but just plain Keanu Reeves. Like if the federal government could afford him, I think he could solve our ISIS problem.
just kind of like drop him off in a plane in a parachute. Just give him like
just parachute him into somewhere in the old world, and he'll just gradually solve the problem.
Like,
he solved the crisis problem. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
Told you.
Okay.
That's it. That's exactly why.
So ISIS is as the people who are remaining from crisis.
Okay.
He took out the C and he took out the CR.
I'm here to finish the job.
Yeah.
I missed a couple vowels.
Super fond, even though I thought the character was like neat. I wasn't super fond of the mute girl who was signing, the deaf girl.
I just think I kind of like that she was out of her league and kept messing up. And I like that she was like, my bad, to her boss.
Yeah, she was straight up about it, but I'm just thinking, like, how'd she get this job? Like, she's young. How'd she get this experience?
I think everyone else around her died.
Yeah.
I guess so.
She just sort of
Like,
worked her
he
way
liked
up.
her probably because she was cute. Like, he was pulling a Transporter 2 or 3 or part 3 where, like, he has the really hot assassin girl on his side, but really it's his main squeeze, and she happens to be a little lethal. But, like, just logistically, though, if you don't speak, how are you managing as a tactical team? Like, they can't all be looking at you all the time for your Navy SEAL hand signals.
That's what they have to do. They have to train them.
Sure.
She did some good ones. There's one where she just pointed forward, nailed it.
Maybe
Wow,
just
I
all.
thought I don't think she overacted though. That Ruby Rose. She's actually been in 3 sequels already this year. She was in Triple X 2, Resident Evil 6, and then this one. But
Wow, she's the queen of sequel this year.
Yeah, but she didn't bother me though. I thought her acting was fine.
What was really redeeming for me is that when she finally fought John Wick, it wasn't like in the Transporter 3 where the girl was like the toughest person that Jason Statham fought, and she's like a 23-year-old or something. And he's been fighting longer than that in his life, like killing people. It's like she was clearly well trained, but so clearly out of league when she was fighting hand to hand with Wick.
Yeah, I want to say like that fight was it definitely felt underwhelming to me. Like it felt a little anticlimactic because like they were building her up, but then like when they fight, I'm just like, oh, okay, it's over now. So
it was kind of anticlimactic,
and it was just like,
I guess there's a fight in the first one that Wick loses. That one dude throws him off the balcony.
Oh yeah.
I felt bad for that guy. I liked him a lot. Like that dude took out John Wick hand to hand.
Yeah, it's not.
He won round 1 at least.
Sure. All right, guys. Well, before we have to say goodbye, any because like the movie obviously sets up like a third movie. I guess they're going for like the a John Wick trilogy, which is awesome. Any thoughts and speculation on what could occur in the third movie, or what you want to see in a third movie?
Morpheus is going to unplug John Wick from the Matrix, and they're going to fight the Resistance against the Senate of Assassins.
There you go.
I want it to just be a straight up chase movie, like just
like
him
Mad
being
Max?
chased,
like Mad Max.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we got to get Junkie X to do the music then,
Yeah, that's right.
and to wear a red onesie.
Yeah. So for me, like a third movie, I want to see basically the most important thing, just like really awesome gunfight scenes. Like that has to be like priority number 1. Number 2, like more world building. Like, I want to touch on that. So like, I feel like the first movie did such a good job of just like kind of setting up this world and introducing all these rules. The second movie, it was all about John Wick trying to exist with all these rules that he's come back into. So the third movie, I just want to see him just kind of try to break all these rules like he did at the end of John Wick 2. Just like all these rules and establishments. I just want to see him just kind of break them down, you know?
I feel like they're setting this up for the Fight Club conclusion where he's going to do something that resets everything to zero, where the company is totally crippled.
I think that would be amazing. Just like go to every Continental hotel and just shoot everybody up and just burn them all down. Just take out every hitman. Just like, I just melt all the gold coins. Like, I think that would be amazing to watch.
Hey, were there counterfeit gold coins in this one?
I'm pretty. So you're talking about when Ian McShane was meeting the guy on the roof?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that was almost like the expansion of their commerce. Like when economics, is booming for the U.S., we print more money.
Yeah.
I think that their world was expanding, so they were literally creating currency to accommodate the growing infrastructure.
Sure. Yeah.
That's my guess, though. I don't have any way of knowing that. But I see what you meant, how he said, because he said impeccable, right?
Yeah.
When he was looking at it, like, so did he mean impeccable for a forfeit? Like, did he slip that to John Wick? In the beginning of part 3, is John Wick going to open up all those coins somewhere? Or was it impeccable? Like, yes, these are a perfect match. I
got the feeling like he was like the official guy who made like those coins. Like that was the impression I got.
Gotcha.
You know?
I liked the Hasidic Jews when he went to their
Yeah.
when he went like it struck me as like a little diamond bank or something, or maybe I'm just stereotyping, but there was a huge dude, right? And as he's leaving, like John Wick clearly speaks the language of the world. Whatever language you speak to John Wick in, including sign language, he will respond to you in that language.
Yeah.
Like he spoke back in Hebrew, he used sign language, he speaks whether that was Russian or Czech. I assume it was Russian because the actor, right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, he speaks like all these languages. It's like whenever you speak to him, he's just going to holler back at you.
He's a worldly man, that John Wick.
Clearly, man. Like all that time he was spending shooting a gun, he probably spent as much time like with Rosetta Stone.
You know what's great? He probably got like a tax write-off because related to business.
That's right. He's like listening on his headphones, like to Rosetta Stone while he's practicing shooting.
Can you imagine like being an IRS agent who has to audit John Wick? I'm like, oh God, just like I'll just be shitting my pants. Like, oh, so where'd you get these gold coins? Like, do you really want to know? No.
I mean, but I kind of have to. I think John Wayne would work with you though.
Yeah. All right. So
I need to have a value to establish your capital gains. You've gone from 80 gold coins.
Yeah. All right. So I think the consensus is clear. The John Wick 2 is it's at least a watch, right? You got to watch it. Watch it in theaters.
I mean, I am really excited when John Wick 2 comes out to buy it right away and then watch 1 and 2 back to back in a night. Like, I'm really excited to do this.
But don't watch Rings, right? Let them good.
Ever.
Yeah.
Don't give them any more money or they'll make Ringses.
You know what you could do is that if you were really curious, just buy a ticket to John Wick 2 and just kind of sneak over to Rings, watch it for 10, 15 minutes, and go back to John Wick 2.
Ooh.
There you go.
That's like the only thing in the universe that could ruin a watching of John Wick 2 is seeing any of Rings in between.
Or you could look at it as like just trying to recover from watching that little bit of Rings by watching John Wick 2. All right. Well, before we sign off, are there any plugs you want to make, guys?
Head to iTunes, rate, review, subscribe. Head to the website, check out our reviews. Check out anything by Shark Dropper. Check out the Lamb, L-A-M-B, the large-ass movie blogs. And dance.
Yeah.
Like no one's watching.
Lots of dancing.
Let me get, you got any plugs you want to make?
I just remain eternally grateful to you, Lazavath, for 1, your editing skills, and 2, constantly keeping me in check about brisket.
It's it'll be an ongoing thing, so I keep you in check.
Hey, Levingood, what do you know about brisket?
Not as much as I think.
I'm gonna buy a smoker one of these days, and it will be glorious. I will be smoking meat every weekend.
Nice.
I would never be so happy to be proven wrong in all my life.
Yeah. All right, guys. For my co-host, Mark Hoffmar.
How do you know who plugged them in?
John Lemongood.
Agent Smith plugged it. I don't even know. I'm cross-eyed.
Wait, Agent what?
I was going to go with like an Agent Smith plugged him in after Agent Smith possessed somebody, but he didn't do that until the end of the second movie, and Cypher was somehow spectrally plugged in, wouldn't have been in the first. I don't know.
I like
I've been your host, John Lawson. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Above the target. T-minus 5 seconds till shark drop. 5, 3, 2, 1. Drop the shark. Go, go, go!
This podcast is a Shark Dropper Studios production.